All right, welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here solo tonight. We've got a lot of great things to cover. We are going to talk about Ripple XRP. You know what? Replacing all the money, not just some of it, everything. How about that? You know what? Ripple XRP just getting started. Will it replace all the cash? Will it replace cash? Will cryptocurrency be the epicenter of the future? And the future is now, by the way. And is Bitcoin going to become an official currency of Miami? I think that's a great topic to cover. If you guys are ready to start this thing off, I'm ready to start this thing off. So I think we go. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Hey, welcome. Big shout out to everybody joining us here tonight. And if you haven't done so already and you're brand new to the space, or if you've been here before and you haven't done it yet, why don't you go ahead and hit the red subscribe button, hit the bell notifier. That way you get notified at least 20 to 30 minutes before we go live every single time. And then you can also give a thumbs up on your way in. So a lot of great things going on here. Hey. This is XRP Speedboat. We are living in the future. This is Saturday morning, and it's great. It's great to live in the future sometimes. So I want to start off with an interesting brief. It's just going to be a segment of an interview with David Schwartz and the CEO and founder of FTX. Now, I thought this was really poignant here, and it just something interesting. Came from Swell, so figured we'd start with it and share it. Let's see if we can add it to the screen over here, and we are going to kick it off. Here we go. There it is. All right, let's hit play. I like all the music they've been putting into these. Sam Bankman.
That there will be, continued multiple chains, but I don't sort of envision that there are going to be 58 chains, all of which have extremely heavy global usage, and everyone is sort of flipping a coin between, or rolling a 58-sided die every time they want to launch a project, or that people like, oh, you want chain number 38 because you're building in this sector. I sort of think that's too many for a stable equilibrium, and so I'm sort of imagining 4 is more like the number of chains we're likely to see get really significant adoption in the end. And I don't know necessarily what 4 of those will be, but I think it's more likely to be single digits than double digits. And I think that basically there's just huge network effects from being on the same chain.
Man, how do you end up, you get 2 bright people in one space, right? Obviously they weren't in the same room together. They made it look that way. Real good engagement. I'm sure they'll start dropping some more, but look at what's happening, right? He's talking about what to expect from a multi-chain future, and they're just getting started. But you've got the CEO and founder of FTX. Now, we're talking about how FTX has now got their name on the Miami arena, with FTX. You've got crypto.com sponsoring all sorts of things. You got crypto.com over at Formula One. You've got sponsorship over at NASCAR. You've got big sponsorship from FTX going into the Super Bowl all over the place. I was flying through Atlanta the other day, grayscale on their monitors. Everywhere you look, there's more and more mainstream recognition and identification of this, and it's really, really outstanding. Hopefully you guys saw that. If you guys heard it, if you guys didn't hear it, then you didn't get to enjoy everything that we are listening to. If you guys want to play it back again, we can play it back again. But let's move on. How about that? So anyhow, so here's something I was kind of digging around. I said, you know what? Let's look for a few things. Want to start off, want to kind of dig through some of the Ripple, the XRP kind of related topic. And I stumbled on this article that compares Cryptopay with Nuvei, a company that we're going to look at here in a second, and Ripple, all on a comparison chart. And I think it's interesting because let's see here. Let me add it. So So they're comparing in this article over on SourceForge, comparing payment platforms. Now, some payment platforms are going to be audience driven. They're going to be focused in on the B2C or even P2P type payment structure. Others are going to be more enterprise level, more B2B or big institution, even higher than enterprise. Now, one of the things that we know is that with Ripple, and we just talked about the liquidity hub the past couple of days, is that they're now rolling out to the enterprise level, but they've also really been in place at the financial institution and banking level for a long time. Now, as we look at this, this is interesting because they're drawing a comparison, trying to position a new product in the market to compete with, let's say, Ripple Labs. Now, you look at some of these comparative charts, and here you have Nuvei. So it's Windows friendly, Mac friendly, not Linux. It is software as a service, which is SaaS. It's iPhone capable, iPad capable, Android capable. But when you dig into it, they actually used the wrong platforms to compare with. And that's problematic because they're really more of a B2B B2C or P2P type solution with Nuvei, and Ripple isn't, so, and even over here with Cryptopay. So I don't understand why they're trying to draw this comparison and really highlight Nuvei, other than they want to see a whole bunch of green circles where you don't have the others. But now with Ripple, I think it's interesting because their audience are financial institutions, their audience enterprise level. So they don't need Windows, Mac, Linux, iPhone, iPad, Android. They're not consumer driven. They're not consumer focused. They only need to be software as a service focused. And their audience right there, financial institutions, they are not focused on. And it's interesting over here, the audience businesses that want a comprehensive way to accept payments. Now, I think it's an interesting business model. I would really like to see how they're incorporating Ripple somehow. And I believe that as they grow and expand in the space at the enterprise level with the liquidity hub through RippleNet, that we're actually going to see more tie-in to companies like Nuvei, where they will start taking advantage of some of the solutions like this that Ripple's offering. Now, we dig in a little bit further, pricing. They have a free version. Ripple, no, it's not. It's enterprise level. No free version. Training. I think they do a little bit more than documentation for the onboarding process. I'd say this is completely outlandish that they're only providing documentation, that they're not actually going through and doing in person or even live, online type of training. I don't believe that they would be doing that. Now over here, obviously it's B2B driven. It's business driven, retail facing at the end of the day. These guys have been around since 2003. They're up in Canada, so they've been around a little bit. These guys over here, it's all about cryptocurrency, Cryptopay. They're over in the UK. And then Ripple Labs since 2012, completely different products. Why are they comparing their product with Ripple? Because now it's interesting. So let's look at some of the alternatives. And this is really when we dig in, we get to understand and learn just a little bit more about what's going on with Ripple. So I like that aspect of it. They brought in a lot of content, and we can look down and we can say, okay, here's some of the things that they're looking at. So check it out. We got Chip is checking in. What's up, Chip? What is up, Chip? So here we got Corda, Alchemy Pay, Chia Network, Prodige, BitPay. The categories: blockchain, crypto payment, payment processing, smart contracts. Here you got payment processing. So again, different products, but it's good to look and see what they put together on the Ripple. So here, obviously, point of service transactions, again, B2C. So that's more in-person type of solution. Here you have payment processing. Obviously, they're working on mobile, online. I don't know. I think there's a little bit more in the Ripple solution, and I don't think they got that right. Integrations, they have all these different products here to integrate with. Overall, I thought it was interesting, right? And then here's the company that we're looking at that's trying to draw a comparison to Ripple, and again, they're more B2C, P2P, and they are not even focused in on the enterprise level. But Nuvei is enriching its global instant payment and bank transfer offering with the integration of faster payments and instant and regular SEPA. Now, again, what's interesting about that article is that they're comparing it with Ripple. Now, everybody knows, and there's so much talk right now about Ripple, about remittance payments, about payments in general. Moving money is the epicenter of a lot. And as we go through this, we're going to find that cryptocurrency, even with the CBDCs, and we're seeing a transformation within the payment space, within the economies at scale around the world. And they're identifying and recognizing that cryptocurrency, digital assets are really on the forefront to help move money seamlessly and instantly and at low price. So you package that together, you basically get the foundation that Ripple has been broadcasting and promoting since 2012. And obviously with the entire solution and one missing element that all of the different companies, all the different solutions out there don't have, where they're missing the boat, is ODL, which is the on-demand liquidity. And we've been talking about that liquidity hub, bringing it to the enterprise level so they can then roll out solutions to their customers. So, really interesting stuff, really, kind of, potent stuff, because as we start seeing these transitions occurring, companies like Nuvei are going to be migrating over to a platform that can actually do what they say they want to do. So if Nuvei's not using a blockchain crypto solution, then they will be. And if they are using one now, they're going to find that there's better options out there where they'll start moving to. So that, becomes, fundamentally important, to the entire conversation. Now, I just want to, kind of sideline move quickly into this was on CoinQuora, and it's interesting because what are they comparing XRP? So they use Ripple and then XRP. This is driving me crazy because by now I believe that they need to drop the Ripple. They have the Ripple conversation, and then they tie it in because they're only talking about and referencing the asset. They're not really going to be talking about Ripple. Why? Because they're saying that XRP is going to surpass SOL, USDT, and ADA in market cap, and that's a crypto analyst is referencing that. So I just wish they would drop the Ripple when referencing currency or asset. It just make things just a little bit better, for everybody included. So again, want to give a quick shout out to everybody. Also, if you guys haven't done so already, we get a lot of commentary about supporting on the chain. How can you guys support on the chain? Well, obviously showing up, participating, which is outstanding. Helping us tweeting out the live streams when we're doing them, outstanding. Definitely helps out a lot. The other, go visit our website, onthechain.io. You can subscribe to our email list. Every time we're done with our stream at the end of the night, we package it all up and it gets posted over on the website. We launched the brand new website last week. You can go to onthechain.io. You can go and look at every single one. You can listen to it in podcast form, go back and watch the video. Plus, we do a little behind the scenes organization where we're posting all the different articles that we review with some commentary. So you can go check out the website, and that's really cool. So here, all right. So the point that they're focused on here, Ripple or XRP, we should say, let's not fall into their little trap here, will surpass SOL, USDT, and ADA in market cap, according to Crypto Assets Guy. Now, I believe we talked about him before, and he's definitely a well-known name in the space. A lot of people follow the trend and they follow him over on Twitter, and he has a lot of good commentary. So over here, so one of the on-the-chain crypto analysts is back again with his style tweets publicly on Twitter today. The analyst made a statement in form of prediction that people should expect XRP to surpass Swell, USDT, and ADA soon, meaning in the next couple of days. Now, when was this posted? Let's see. This was 11 hours ago. So this was today. So a little bit of excitement there that we're going to see some surpassing XRP making a run for it. So we're going to look it up on CoinGecko. In a minute, we'll take a look and see where everything stands right now as it sits as we speak. So when this article was posted, Ripple was 7th, right? So 7th, 11 hours ago. And we're talking about days, not hours, but these predicting in days. So we have a $57 billion market cap on CoinMarketCap, currently trading, well, at least when it was posted, at $1.23. So we had 24-hour volume of around 8.1 billion at that time. So market cap 57 billion, and it was a 24-hour trade volume of around 8.1 billion. And so a lot going on, right? A lot of positive performance despite, and this is where a lot of people are honed in to this idea that even with this lawsuit, now we've talked about, is XRP intertwined with Ripple? No, we can pretty much, solidify that, very, very clearly. Now, XRP, on the other hand, has had a kind of has been tied into, I should say, the SEC lawsuit, mainly because the SEC has come out against Ripple, accusing them of selling an unregistered security, and coming out against XRP as the unregistered security. So now the SEC is the one that's lumping them in, making the statement, and trying to drag XRP down, along with going after and vilifying the XRP community. So that came right out of the words of the SEC. So now, with all of that in mind, you drop the lawsuit, you continue with this negative verbiage, you're going to have an impact, a detrimental impact on XRP and on the price, the valuation of XRP, and the movement overall. Hence, there's a lawsuit pending, that John Deaton is the lead attorney on, representing 50,000 plus XRP holders right now against the SEC. So a lot going on here. So it's interesting, really interesting take coming from Crypto Assets Guy in regards to where XRP is going to be market cap wise. Obviously, USDT as a market cap stable coin valued at $1, but overall market cap, which is total supply times the value. So now if we look at ADA or Solana, so it's going to be interesting to see if XRP is going to make that move, considering that it's sitting right now in the number 7 spot. So let's take a look. Let's look this up. Let's look up CoinGecko. I want to see how far it has to roll. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, hang on. Got to pull that up. So we're talking about the first one. It's going to, we could break this down. If someone wants to do the math real quick and figure out, with a market cap currently of 57 billion, in order to surpass the $66 billion mark, what is the price point that XRP is going to have to be at in order to make the jump that Crypto Asset Guy is talking about? What is the valuation, the price going to have to be? So right now, 57 billion, it has to surpass 66, it has to surpass 71, and it has to surpass 74. So in order for XRP to beat the top 3, it needs to be sitting at 75 billion. So if someone wants to post that in the chat, do a reverse math and just let us know what XRP needs to be at in order to beat Cardano, Solana, and Tether as far as market cap. So I find that is kind of interesting. So if someone wants to throw that in there, want to give a quick shout to Liz. What is going on, Liz? Good to see you in. Thank you for the support. And also XRP Hollywood with a little bit of commentary and question. So he says, Gary says most cryptos in this space are securities, yet there's only one lawsuit filed at the moment against a cryptocurrency company. Why is that? That's a good point. Yesterday, XRP Hollywood was stumping us with some good questions. Comes out strong with another one, another good question. Why is it? I'm not 100% sure. That's a really good question. Other than they're trying to single out, pinpoint one company in order to set a precedent to take down all the other companies. So if you look at the way Gary Gensler phrases things, the way he's trying to manipulate and corrupt the terminology, think about, right, the stable value coin. The stable value coin makes it essentially become a security, and he wants to corrupt the language that everybody else is using. So he's trying to take control of the language, just like he's trying to get control of the crypto space. He wants the SEC to be in charge. Really, Daddy G wants to be in charge, and he's trying to wrench that away. So if you're going to focus on any company, which company would you focus on? You would go after the brick and mortar Ripple that is taking on Swift, that is the behemoth with all the banks behind it. And the banks are the ones that pay the lobbyists. And it becomes a big, circular, conversation, because we also know that banks are signing on with Ripple to utilize the RippleNet solution. And globally, some are even are tying in with RippleNet utilizing ODL, the on-demand liquidity that uses XRP. And so banks are on board, but not all banks. Swift as an entity, even though it's a cooperative of all these banks, it still holds a lot of sway in the industry, even though they don't provide settlement. They don't provide liquidity. They don't provide anything except for messaging, except for the fact they've been around since 1974. So they've been around a long time, and they're represented by over 10,000 banks. So you have a large organization with a lot of backing in this exact financial space. And then you have Ripple, this little company that decided they were going to tip back in 2012, 2013. They were going to take on the banking space. And yesterday we pulled up one of the first banks that they started working with back in 2014, a little German bank called Fedor, and they're still working with them today from 2014. So 7-8 years later, they're working with Fedor, which is a bank. And so in some sense, Ripple was working with some of these smaller banks. Although you look at the tie-in with SBI over in Japan, but over in the US, some of the smaller institutions, and gives them a little bit of a leg up above some of the bigger financial institutions, some of the bigger banks initially, because all of a sudden they can, their messaging platform that they're using with RippleNet is actually better than Swift. Now, the game changer, and we all know this, we've talked about it, but the game changer with this whole messaging platform is the fact that they have the ODL. It's the fact that they have an enterprise solution right now with the liquidity hub that they can tie in with the financial institutions and give them capability to pass down to their clients to utilize cryptocurrency and to move money through cryptocurrency. So they're orchestrating a lot of things. It's a direct threat, but as a direct threat to some of these other bigger financial institutions that aren't ready to move yet. The brick and mortars don't want to relinquish their power or control yet. So they have their stooge up there, Gary Gensler, trying to delay and procrastinate it out as much as possible. So the lawsuit is purposeful against this Ripple, my opinion, anyways, a very, very purposeful against Ripple because it's a big fish. It really is in the crypto space. Bitcoin has name recognition much more than XRP, much more than Ripple. But as far as the industry as a whole, the money industry, so let's call it, the finance industry, the economics, the fiat, whatever, banking, there's a lot of sway over there. A lot of it's political, and a lot of, economics, banking, politics kind of, all go hand in hand. So as they're going hand in hand like this, you have to consider that you target that company and it sends a ripple, right, through the entire industry that, hey, we're going after them. Now, if they had their way, maybe Ripple would have sat back and fell into compliance, right? They would have put their mask on and been obedient, right? But they weren't. They didn't fall into obedience. And they decided, hey, you know what? Not only are we not going to fall into obedience, but we're going to win the case because we're better. We know we didn't do what you're accusing us of doing, and we're going to win. And so that was their mindset. That was their objective. That's how they pushed forward. So I think the narrative is kind of spinning and twisting right now in the SEC, but it's this outcome. It's the outcome of this Ripple case right now that will have a lot of significance in the industry as a whole. But that being said, the SEC still went after a library, and then they have gone after a couple other companies specifically focused on selling or claiming that they were selling an unregistered security. Obviously, the big case before this was Kick with the Kin token. So there's a lot to it. But that's my opinion, anyways. So there you have it. Let's see here. I'm trying to go through. Let's see here. Here you go. SEC has notified another 130 companies. Well, there you go. And some of them, they're saying, hey, why don't you guys come in and have a conversation? Why not just come in and talk, right? Let's go, Gary. Come on, Gary. Gary, where is he? The SEC should focus on scams. That would be nice. I would like to see the scams. So I guess I see some numbers here. It needs to be $1.82, right? So we got commentary here, $1.82 to Surpass from Jose. He threw that in there earlier. I kind of got tied up in conversation. Price would have to be around $1.82. I think Oscar was saying if XRP had Binance's market cap of 106 billion, the price would be 2.24. So there you go. If we're looking at 106, so we're not talking about big numbers in order for it to kind of recapture its spot in the in the top three. So in order to get to 106, it needs to be 224. In order to beat the number 4 spot, it needs to be $1.82. So it's not a lot of movement. What does that mean? Really, it doesn't mean much, right? From a market cap perspective, other than it gaining a little bit of recognition again to put it back up in the top 3 spots, top 3, top 4. Market cap. All right. But this is more important. What I'm interested in, is it $2? Is it $3? Where's it going? What's the direction that it's actually going in? It's interesting to see the movement, and you can kind of, identify it on the charts, if we look at it and say, hey, that's kind of exciting. That's about bragging rights. That's what it is. It's bragging rights. So how exciting is that? Now, Abby was, his wife told him that she was going to put a trade in for some Shiba and needed $20. So, but then she didn't, went to Starbucks instead, and he got scammed out of his $20. I think that's the story that happened. I'm sticking to it. The CFTC says that that most crypto, around 60%, are commodity. So, and that's interesting too. That's really interesting. So we got Bush Turkey here, says, hey guys, longtime lurker here. Listen every day to the slowest growing channel on the net. It must just mean you have captured the entire intelligent audience in the planet. I agree 100%. We by far have the smartest, a cumulative number of people that are tuned in. Right now we have about 178 people that are tuned in, and by far the smartest and the best and the brightest in this space. That's why it's so outstanding. We're trying to, we talk, we're going through stuff. And then when Chip's here, sometimes, he's talking and I'm over here reading the chat because I'm watching a whole different show. It's great. We got the show in the chat, and then we got the show in the video and audio. And it's, 2 different chats, and you can enjoy, it's a whole show. If we just focus in on that and we just read through that, it's a whole show in itself, and it's awesome. It really is outstanding. So, all right, So let's check this one out. All right, forget about that. Let's go to Sologenic now. How about Sologenic? You guys like the Sologenic? Sologenic is doing some interesting things up in Canada. But check this out. Sologenic to airdrop 250 million somethings to XRP holders. They're launching a new cost-efficient NFT marketplace. Now, what's the one thing that we've talked about is that the ERC20 token-based or Ethereum-based NFTs is extremely, extremely costly, to the point where if you go onto your MetaMask and you try to move money, everything is way, way, way too expensive, right? And then you've got, if you can put the NFT, an NFT marketplace on an XRP ledger, on the XRP ledger, how amazing could it be, right? So this is exactly what they're doing. So here you have the new marketplace is built on the XRP ledger, solving the high cost and slow transactions of the current NFT marketplace on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, remember we were talking about projects, and when projects come out and they give their statement right away, here's a perfect example of what they do, right? It's a marketplace built on the XRP ledger. What's the problem it's solving? The high cost and slow transaction of the current NFT marketplace on the Ethereum blockchain. One sentence. We know exactly what they do. We know exactly what they're doing. It's awesome, right? So here, so I want to know, so we've got the Sologenic DEX. So let's see. Sologenic Development Foundation announced their decision to develop a new NFT marketplace on the ledger, which benefits users with extremely low transaction costs to mint, bid, and trade NFTs on the existing Sologenic DEX. So what are they going to do? They're going to airdrop. What are they airdropping? Let's see. In order to engage the community to participate in the ecosystem and propose governance utilities, the Sologenic Development Foundation has decided to unlock 200 million Solo and airdrop to XRP and Solo holders globally, not just in Canada, all over the world. Now, how do you get this? That's what I want to know. So at the time of the press release, the spot price of Solo is $1.44 USD, right? That's awesome. The airdrop will be sourced from tokens that are currently locked in the Solo Community Fund, which is SCF, and the Solo Expansion Fund, which is the SEF, which was designed to build and expand the Solo community when the ecosystem was launched way back in 2020. Way back. Way, way, way back. So the snapshot is scheduled. This is exciting. This is coming up. This means that we want to make sure that we have XRP in the appropriate space in order to be recognized during the snapshot. So all the XRP and our Solo wallets that have created a trust line with the Sologenic Oracle will get the snapshot. Users can simply hold their assets on the supporting centralized exchanges, create a trust line directly from their own private wallet to claim the airdrop. That's it. It's great. I think it's outstanding. We're starting to see more and more of these projects that are starting to airdrop on the XRP ledger to XRP holders. So you're starting to benefit. And we're just seeing the beginning of this, right? We saw Flare announce it with their Spark token. Then they didn't airdrop that yet, but they airdropped Songbird. And we have more and more coming to this space where you can leverage your XRP. Hey, XRP is sitting there. It's safe. It's in your wallet. But you can leverage it with these airdrops, with people that are building in the space. They want to, Sologenic, with what they're doing, they want to leverage the community. So they're leveraging the community, and you get the benefit from that leverage. And it's awesome. It's outstanding. So, and they're going to airdrop Solo to, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So we're going to have to pull this up. We'll dig in a little bit more on creating a trust line, understand that a little bit so that you can claim the airdrop. Now, remember, you can go over to onthechain.io. We do have and will have all of these articles are posted. Some are behind. You need to be a paid member for it, kind of something we're structuring, but you'll see a good number of them. This article, I'm going to make sure I put in the top of the list so everybody will have access to this article. And you'll have a direct link right to the trust line, this explanation of creating the trust line. So I think that'll be exciting. The DEX provides, and by the way, when you do register with the email, every time we complete this and we put everything on the website, an email goes out to you, and you'll get an email notification that we have something new on the website. So that's really cool, and it's in the body of the email. It's really cool how that works. Let's see, support for other wallets, transaction finality, support, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Solo for minting, listing, and featuring NFTs on the upcoming Sologenic NFT market. This is huge because obviously the cost of Ethereum, ridiculous. The cost here, nothing, right? Fees as low as 0.000005, right? Nothing, right? I think it's outstanding. I want to see how it works. I want to see the rollout here, but to be able to feature and list NFTs in the marketplace, I don't know if am I coming through too loud sometimes, because every so often all of a sudden I get like a blast in my ear, like something is getting too loud. But let me know if it's coming through too loud. But check this out. This was from Reza Bashash. He's the tech lead at Sologenic Develop. We had Reza on the chain. It's in the list of our interviews, which was really cool. But check this out. The Solo core team feel the excitement within the crypto community for the launch of the upcoming NFT marketplace on the Sologenic DEX. And we believe that this new marketplace is going to solve the current barriers and problems, such as extremely high cost of transaction and slow networks to mint, bid, or trade NFTs. That's awesome. How exciting is that, right? These guys are going to be doing something, taking on the Goliath, the Ethereum Goliath right there. So very cool. That I thought you guys would be excited about that. We get something really cool that we can really dig into and talk about it. Hey, let's see if nope, XRP hasn't budged. Still a $1.22. Still a $1.22. Get rid of that decimal. Let's move the decimal over 2 times. Move the decimal point 2 times to the right, and then we'll be talking. Even if just move it 1 time to the right, we'll be moving in the right direction. How about that? Very cool. So Bush Buys over there, some cool stuff. Appreciate that. That's awesome. That is awesome. So you can go check that out. Nice. All right. Imagine 1-to-1. That would be AR. That would be awesome. AR. That'd be nice. And you need to add a 15 to your name. All right. Let's oh, I still got this up too. Boom. All right. Let's see. Covered Sologenic drop. All right, we covered that already. Talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about that. Keep that one up. All right, where did we leave off? So we kind of went through the payments. Got some of the Sologenic stuff out of the way. There is a brand new project. Chip put this up there. I'm like, what is this project that we're seeing here? And it was actually interesting. So this is Business Apps Reimagined. So hang on, wait. I gotta pull up the tweet too, and then we can share the screen. Let's see if I can. Oh, you know what? I can't share the tweet. That's problematic right there. Can't share the tweet. That's okay. So anyhow, I'll share my screen on the website. There we go. Now, what's cool about this is that this is one of the biggest projects currently coming to blockchain, 2 tokens, 2 networks with an airdrop on, get it, the XRP ledger, VGB. So we just talked about Solo airdropping. This one also will be airdropping Vagabond, VGB, on the XRP ledger, and they're doing a drop or an ICO on Binance Smart Chain. 2 platforms, 2 tokens. They're getting crazy, right? This is crazy stuff, right? People are really getting fired up here. I don't know if this is going to play. Let's see what this does. Nothing. All right, let's see what this is all about. Here we go. You guys ready?
If the pace of technological change feels like it's accelerating, that's because it is. Alvin Toffler, writer and futurist, says the future always comes too fast and in the wrong order. Experts predict we will move from an economy dominated by companies to one dominated by platforms in the next 10 years. Employees will no longer work for companies. Instead, they will choose which platforms they sell their labor on and for how much. Digital platforms will continue to grow, amassing user bases greater than the populations of even the largest countries. Some calculate the automation and robotics could leave a third of the workforce unemployed. From the millions who work in the transportation industries, through to paralegals, accountants, and back-office workers. Classic ecosystems, such as the banking industry, face huge disruptive potential from increased decentralized technology. You know it as blockchain. We are already seeing the cloud services market growing 20% year on year to 214.3 billion in 2019. Is your head in the clouds? Futurologist Ray Kurzweil says, we won't experience 100 years of progress in the 21st century. It will be more like 20,000 years of progress, as every round of technological change propels the next round of change. Are you keeping up? Either you are going to happen to the world, or the world will happen to you. Innovation is no longer simply one way to get ahead. Now, it's the only way to stay on board. You need a partner who knows what makes the world tick.
Man, it's great. You know, we went through, how do I get out of this now? Let me see here. Can't figure out how to get out of the Vagabond YouTube. I can subscribe to their YouTube video. How do I get out of? Oh, there we go. So first you had Ripple, throwing out some really potent, sexy videos. Now you have that. I like it. I like the passion and just the ticking, and you're getting this idea. You're kind of running out of time, or the clock's ticking. Things are happening. We're getting to the midnight hour. What is at the midnight hour, right? And it's exciting. Before we go back over to Vagabond and check this out. Now, this is the first time I've gone through this website. So Chip threw it in there. I read some bullet points. So this is brand new. I haven't seen this website at all from anything other than Chip threw it in the keep and said, here's some talking points. I read it. I said, hey, this sounds pretty cool. That was the first time I saw that video. I thought that video was pretty cool. But just want to give a quick shout out to somebody here in the chat. You know who you are.
Come on, man, Berserker.
What is up? He is the only person in the chat with his own video. And that was until we had somebody that was recording himself. Sir John actually put a little video, music, singing, put it together. He had it on Twitter. We grabbed it. And then, Sir John, if you're still out there.
Lily Marlin. Lily Marlin.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. So anyhow, let's Sir John, you thought that would go away. It didn't go away. We still have it. That's awesome. All right, so let's dig into I didn't add. Here we go. Let's dig into this business apps reimagined. I like this idea. Let's see if there's anything that we can read. Where are the children of the revolution? Look at this. We make blockchain accessible to everyone. Founded about a year ago. Private funded. 25,000 users. 3 locations. Look at these cool pictures of stuff. All right, roadmap. Let's see what the roadmap looks like. They got 4 years on the roadmap. All right, 2020. First partners. They started Vagabond. Acquisition of Design Studio. They're already acquiring The acquisition of our Ukrainian nearshore studio was an essential strategic step of TRXF, which is now fully supporting Vagabond. That's pretty cool. 2021 first use cases, Vagabond enabled 2 of its partners to build their solution on the platform. Then they have their public offering, 2 networks, right? 2 different tokens, 2 approaches, an airdrop, and an ICO. The airdrop on the XRP ledger, the ICO on Binance Smart Chain. Interesting. Share economy solution will be built with our partners on the Vagabond platform. So they have the custom built ecosystem. So they have a lot of ideas here. Let's see. We've got Vagabond management. We have 48 team members in 3 locations speaking 12 languages. So here we've got Navid, Kiani, Larajani, Dr. Reigler, Sebastian Wozak, Michael Moreau. All right, so you got the top 4 members there in the management, but it looks like they're doing something interesting. They're targeting the share economy. I like that. We haven't seen any real quality share economy. Let's see what's going to happen in 22. So we're getting ready to go into 22. That's next year. Let's see. It's like a month and a half. The project management module will be made public available for everyone to build their own solution. Very cool. Another NFT marketplace. Vagabond NFT marketplace will be launched in Q2, including the of 22 marketplace module for public use. Vagabond 2.0. They want to move towards a fully decentralized business. Is that business? What is a BaaS platform? Is that business as a solution? What does that be? I think that's BaaS is business as a solution platform. I think I could be wrong. 2023. Maybe someone has that in there. I could be completely off. But e-commerce. So a decentralized e-commerce solution. Transition towards the DAO. We plan to make Vagabond a DAO in the future, as we believe it's part of, we believe in the power of the communities. So they have future growth and transition in mind. The future is unwritten, right? So 24 and beyond. We constantly improve Vagabond and aim to do it with the community in the future. So they've been around a year. They're already onto some things. They have a lot of objectives, custom built. And what's exciting, they're going to do another airdrop. And that's going to be happening here pretty soon. And we'll have to get some more info on it as it rolls out. But to me, that's exciting, right? You guys got to get into that, right? It's pretty cool. So let's see. By the way, there is no Amazon coin presale. It's a scam. People are messaging about it. Don't let the scammers get your crypto. You'll hear it. If there's an Amazon airdrop or Amazon anything, you're going to hear it from Amazon first. So I don't think you're going to hear it in a roundabout sort of way. We'll know when it's legit. That's it. We'll know when it's legit. That's a really solid point. So no videos for Chip. Chip has got no videos. I've got nothing for Chip, other than, one day we were streaming and all of a sudden the whole thing got locked up and all of a sudden it was like this. It was kind of crazy. Got crazy like that. So, all right. So that was Vagabond. We got excited about the Vagabond, some interesting things. But, I was referencing in the beginning, how the future is here, right? The future of money. Things are changing drastically. Yesterday, Chip said the future isn't somewhere way down the road. The future is now. When we talk about what's happening in the digital asset space, we're talking about the changeover of the economies, of the financial systems, of the entire structure. Everybody knows that money is going away, right? And it's obvious, right? So we've got this adoption and this move towards discussion of central bank digital currencies. We know that everybody's thinking about this transition, and now CNBC, right? CNBC putting up articles, and in their articles, they're referencing the future of money. The future of money is changing, right? We know that the end of cash, of fiat, gone, and it's going to happen rapidly. And economists are identifying and recognizing that exact fact that things are changing, and it's changing overnight. Even Brandon gets it, Sir John. Even Brandon gets it. Well, maybe not, but let's go. So here you've got, so depending on who you ask, cash will not remain king, according to this article, right? The COVID-19 not only accelerated the shift towards digital and contactless payments, but also led to a more mainstream acceptance of physical cash alternative. Now, for years, I didn't run around with cash. I was using my credit cards, right? So much easier. Like, why are you running around with cash? Now, lately, all of a sudden I'm using cash again. I got to pay for this. There's all these things to pay for that we need cash. And all of a sudden I'm running around with cash to pay for stuff. But you go into all the stores, who's going into Whole Foods and paying cash? Who's going into Target and paying cash, right? For the most part, you're using a credit card. You're in, you're out. You might be using your Apple Pay. You might be using your whatever, Google Pay, whatever it is. You're shopping online, but you're doing all that before this year. Before I was doing that, not in 2020, in 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016. Honestly, I can't even tell you the last time I had a physical checkbook. I don't have checks, paper checks, and I haven't had paper checks for years. But that's not the point. So in their mind, the majority, the rest of the world that hasn't been there, they're all moving there rapidly, where they want to go to contactless payments, quickly moving away from fiat. Fiat, thing of the past. People are going to forget about it. You don't need it. You got the QR codes. You can run around with your XRP wallet. You can get your Zum or whatever wallet. Boom, I'm going to send you some XRP. There you go. You got your XRP. You can use Zelle. You're going to Zelle people fiat currency, right? You got all this stuff done, but here it's interesting. So for many consumers and bus nesses that made the switch to digital payments, there's probably no going back, even if this issue related concerns about the tactile nature. I don't think it was tactile nature of anything. Does anyone really care about that? Did anyone think, oh, I don't want to touch the money? I think it was a lot of places were closed. People were ordering online, and you were using your credit cards anyways in the grocery stores. I don't know. But you go to other parts of the world and credit cards aren't as readily accepted or commonly used, I should say. But then you go to places like Iceland, you're at the base of a mountain, you're going to get a bottle of water at the little kiosk, and they take Amex. You go over to Germany and you go to a town in Germany, walk into a restaurant, they don't take Amex. You can't even use Visa over there. It's like it has to be some local whatever card. It's crazy, right? It's just that, things like that exist. But their point here is that things are moving rapidly. So this guy Prasad, right? He's a professor of trade policy at Cornell University, trade policy. He's a senior fellow at the Brookings Institute. This guy's smart, right? This guy knows his stuff over the Brookings Institute, former head of the IMF China division, knows about what's going on. And what does he say? The era of cash is drawing to an end, and that of the central bank digital currencies has begun. Now, that's a little scary. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's a little terrifying that the central bank digital currency, we're going in an era of, but now he says, it's not just central bank digital currencies. Why? Because he said, though there are infinite ways the future of money can evolve, he says that it's going to be a combination of cryptocurrency, stable coins, which I'll still say are cryptocurrency in some fashion, right? And then you might not be 100% decentralized, because you have to be some sort of a connection and tie back to your to something of value. But what if stable coins start getting tied back to Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's a store of value. What if you have a Bitcoin stable coin? That could be interesting, right? All right. Then you have your CBDCs. So there's going to be multiple different ways and approaches to moving away from how money's evolving. And there's going to be other digital payment systems that physical cash gone over forget about it, right? But he's saying that one technology alone cannot overtake it, that it's a combination. He's saying crypto by themselves can't do it. And I agree with that, even though I think they could. But I agree that from a mainstream perspective and a national perspective, countries will not relinquish their sovereignty, and they're part of their sovereignty of the nation is the currency, the sovereign currency. In order to maintain influence over their sovereign currency, you have to have a CBDC. So you have a central bank digital currency. That's the direction they're going to move in. That's how they're going to try to maintain their sovereignty. Although, who controls the central bank? We don't know, because if it's the Fed, it's not a government agency. It's not part of the government. It's a private entity that is basically aligned with or affiliated with the government. So if you have that issue with central banks, then you know that these private networks of central banks are going to then be in control of the money. Now, they might be kind of overseeing the rollout, just, as the Fed kind of has some power over that. Still going to be then tied back to being sovereign. However, that being said, look at what's going on in Miami, right? In Miami, you've got the Miami coin. Now, there's some misinformation going, maybe misunderstanding about how Mayor Suarez understands Bitcoin, maybe understands the Miami coin and the stacks and how it's all interrelated with one another, even though the stacks and the Miami coin completely separate from Bitcoin. But there is some conversation now that the mayor of Miami wants to allow Bitcoin to be recognized as a currency in Miami, right? So think about the trend, think about the movement, the direction that everything's moving in, because what's going to happen is that Mayor Suarez recognizes that the store of value is in Bitcoin right now. But then when he comes to the conclusion that it's very difficult to spend it's not easy. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be inexpensive. It's not like moving XRP, for instance, or XLM, for instance, or there's other assets that are coming into play. But this is so interesting how he really breaks down all of the different forms of, the types of digital money that Prasad, this professor, sees. And he gets into stable coins. What are stable coins? Are cryptocurrencies that are meant to be pegged to a reserve asset such as gold or the US dollars, but not issued by a central bank. Yes, we know that. But remember, this is CNBC. This is going out to Main Street, right? And then we have cryptocurrency, which is what we're all passionate about, predicts that cryptocurrencies will help make payment systems more efficient. Now, look at what he focuses on here. Really interesting, right? Typical like Bitcoin. Why are they talking about Bitcoin? Because it's recognizable. Everybody knows Bitcoin. Everyone's heard of it. It's been on the news. They've done a good job of doing that, rolling that news article out, getting people to FOMO or FUD or whatever, utilizing Bitcoin. Unlike stablecoins, crypto are not backed by any reserve asset. Most times their value is derived from supply and demand. Okay. Now he gets a little bit into what Bitcoin is. One reason cryptocurrency can make payments more efficient is because they can allow for quick and transparent cross-border financial transactions. Now, what does that sound like, right? It sounds like ODL. It sounds like Ripple. It sounds like XRP. It sounds like a lot of the similar things that we've been talking about, right? Cross-border financial transactions, remittance payments, moving money all over the world. Who's going to move the money? Who's going to be the bridge? Who's going to be the tie-in between all these different assets? That's right. It could be XRP. It could be the XRP ledger. So it doesn't mention that, but think, just look at the web of these words. It's really amazing. However, most cryptocurrencies are volatile, which can hinder their long-term success as mediums of exchange, which is true. If you have big ups and downs, you're not going to use it as a medium of exchange. If even if it's going up, it trends up over the period of a year and you're way, way up a year from now. But if you have a bunch of ups and downs in the in-between, how do you use that as a standard medium of exchange when today it's worth 1,000, tomorrow it's worth 1,200, the next day it's worth 800? You can't do it. It's too difficult. You need something to flatten it out. So you get a medium of exchange, you get the rails, you get the bridge, you get the ODL, the on-demand liquidity, the whole thing comes full circle, and we start realizing some of the things when we talk about XRP or RippleNet or all of that that can be part of all the money. That's one solution. There could be others, but that's one major solution. Ripple is light years ahead of anybody else with RippleNet and the ODL, and now they have the liquidity hub that's bringing it to enterprise, and the enterprise bringing it to their clients because they see exactly what Prasad sees, that fiat currency is going away, and that's it. And so we are at a spot in history right now that is so early, but that earliness is that clock is ticking, just like we saw in Vagabond on that video. That clock's ticking, and it's happening faster and faster. We see this rollout with the CBDCs. It's exciting. It really is. So forget about the negativity and all the other stuff that we love to talk about. It's fun talking about Gary, the G-Man, right? It's fun analyzing, dissecting, and seeing all the crazy, stupid things that they're doing. Or this government, this administration doing negative to crypto. But you know what? It's a snapshot. It's a moment in time. This is a bigger picture. The bigger picture, Prasad's got it 100%. Fiat's going away. CBDCs can't do it alone. Cryptos are here to stay. And the future's bright. The future's awesome. I think it's amazing. So with that, I want to just give a shout out to everyone here. You guys are amazing. Right? Just like XRP Speedboat just said, please like, share, subscribe. Thanks. Do all that stuff. You know what? Because you guys are amazing. If it wasn't for everybody here, we'd be here basically talking to ourselves, but you guys are outstanding. We have by far the smartest people in all of YouTube crypto history, the slowest growing channel on YouTube, which is outstanding. We want to do it person by person. We're attracting all the right people. If you're brand new here, hit that thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit the bell notifier. You guys know what to do. Tomorrow's Friday. We're back again Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do stream 6 days a week, right? We stream Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guess what? We have a special guest, another congressman. We're working on getting that schedule tied in. It's going to be locked in. It looks like it's going to come up here in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. We'll announce it when we lock in the date. But they've already acknowledged a specific date. So once it's locked in, that is going to be an outstanding conversation. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. That's all I've got. Chip, you got anything else? All right. So with that, I'll check you guys out again Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Until then, we'll see you on the next one. I'm out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.